What made Nicole and I decide to become real estate agents?
Coming up next on Real Estate Dirt.
Okay, so what was the catalyst, the genesis, the beginning of our real estate journey, Nicole?
The very beginning, are you talking about the first agent, second, third, fourth, or fifth agent we worked with before we became realtors ourselves? Which one do you want to know about?
I just start at the beginning. I want to know about it all.
Well, I don't think everybody else wants to know about it all.
Give us the Cliff Notes.
So the Cliff Notes are, I would say the very first person that we used, who was a neighbor of the apartment community we lived in, helped us buy our first place. And I would say two things. I would say that I always felt like her and the loan officer were really talking over me. And I consider myself intelligent. And I felt myself having to ask the same questions over and over because I never felt like they were giving me the whole answer, right? Like, I think we paid a point or something. And I didn't really understand points or why. And I felt like I was getting half-truths. I didn't love it, but I was knee-deep, and we went with it.
See, I felt like they were just semi-disinterested, like our price point wasn't as high as they would have wanted it to be, and they weren't going to put the effort in. You know, so we were kind of an afterthought. That's how I felt. Yeah. I felt like an afterthought.
Yeah. And I would say, I mean, that's true. So when we went to sell the house that we bought with that person, we didn't use them.
We hired Realtor number 2.
Realtor number 2 wouldn't give it to us straight. We were struggling to sell the property.
Nice guy.
Nice.
He was very nice.
But just, I don't know. Not aggressive, just not calling it as he sees it. Like, I'd even say, like, hey, do we need to do this? Do we need to do that? I think you're fine. Meh. I'm like, well, it's obviously not fine because we're not selling.
You know, sometimes you want somebody to just cut through all the BS and just give it to you straight.
Right.
And as nice as he was, he just, I felt like, they just weren't giving it to us straight.
So we ended up getting rid of him, and then we went to Realtor number, where are we on? 3.
3.
And Realtor number 3, used car salesman.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh. Sold the house.
Sold the house.
But such a used car salesman, I mean, that we didn't use him to buy. I can remember a flippant answer when I wanted to see something. He literally said to me, you know what, I'm at whatever game with my kid. Why don't you just go and drive by it first and let me know what you think? Because I don't think you really want to live there anyway. So let me know what you think. And I'm like, wow.
I also remember that agent to get the deal done, because us and the buyers at that time, we were like $100 or $200 apart. I mean, in real estate, when you're doing transactions that are hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands, whatever, I mean, a couple $100 is not a lot, but he promised us that he would give that to us.
Oh.
And he forgot.
Oh.
And we remembered at the closing, and when we brought it up to him, I remember this, he seemed disgusted that we were even asking him for it.
Well, that's how you seal the deal. You shouldn't have offered it. I forgot that part. Now I remember. So
I remember it all.
So what did we do? While that person was selling our house, we had to go look for another house because we were going to be homeless. So we walked in, I think, to an open house.
Enter Realtor number 4.
Right. Long story on that one. Nice agent. But we felt uncomfortable because he was doing dual agency.
Dual agency.
He was representing the seller, listing the house, hosting the open house. We came in and said that, you know, we didn't have to use the other realtor. He could do it for us. And
that's true. Totally offered.
Yeah. And we started to go that route and then ended up canceling because we felt uncomfortable of, you know, this agent being on both sides of the deal, like that we weren't being fully represented, which, P.S., we weren't.
Dual agency is going to be another video for another day.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's going to be our next one for sure. From that, we canceled the deal and we go on to real estate agent number 5. Right? We canceled that deal uncomfortable. And this one actually showed our townhouse. I think her buyer even bought it, right?
Yeah, that's totally true.
And we had bumped into her at the home inspection or whatever because I think there was something and she had to tell us. Didn't she tell us there was a small gas leak or something? We had to call Night Core. It was no big deal. It was fixed, but I mean, it was urgent. She had to tell us. So we ran across her, and then we ended up using her to buy our house.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
But still, just some things, not to make it dragged out, that weren't up to, I don't know. Wasn't great.
Weren't up to expectations.
Yep. So we'll just put it there. At some point, I wanted to find a different passion. I wasn't happy in my corporate career, and I decided that I could do this better. And I had a couple people try to deter me and tell me how hard the business was. And I guess the minute you told me it was hard, that's the minute I was in it, all in. And so I did. Corporate job ended, and I was prepared to go into this full strength. And then 2 years you joined, because we were determined. We became realtors because we decided we could be the transparent, candid, knowledgeable realtors that we never had.
So this slogan right here, Cure for the Common Realtor, that's been around since the very beginning, and it's totally true. We always wanted to become the realtor that we thought we deserved and that we never had. So that's really the idea that has been for 18 plus years now?
Yeah. So if you're looking for agents who are going to give it to you straight, who are knowledgeable and experienced in the market, and you know what? Sometimes the answer is now's not a good time for you to buy or sell. And if that's the case, I'm going to tell you. Sometimes it's a different answer, right? Or you need to do something or somebody doesn't want to tell you. We're going to tell you. We're going to give you the information you need to make the best possible decision for yourself without pressure, but candidly. Right.
And if you have gone through multiple real estate agents like we did, and then you end up with us, we want us to be your final stop.
Absolutely.
You found the right real estate agents. You
Right.
found the right team. You don't have to look any further. That's the goal.
Yep. So we strive to be your cure for the common realtor, because we had 5 realtors that weren't so hot before we became realtors. So on that note, that's why we became realtors. And if you like this, please like it. Please subscribe if you made it all the way through to the end.
Like and subscribe.
And I think that's it. Till next time.
Peace.
I'm trying to be funny. You know what? Some people think I'm funny. It's only when you're around people don't think I'm funny.
You're not funny.
I think you just don't understand my humor.
They need to be evaluated for mental health.
You know what?
I'm funny. Who thinks you're funny?
I'm funny when you're not around.
Do you have a list? I need to talk to these people.
I was trying to be funny and come up with something, but I can't.
You're doing a great job. I'm behind you 100%.